The Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 3, is titled Karma Yoga, or the Yoga of Action. In this chapter, Lord Krishna imparts crucial teachings to Arjuna, who is confused about his duties as a warrior and reluctant to engage in battle against his relatives and teachers. This chapter emphasizes the importance of performing one's duties without attachment to the fruits of the actions. Introduction to Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is the path of selfless action, where one performs their duties without any attachment to the outcomes. It teaches that one should focus on their responsibilities and perform them with dedication, without being swayed by the desire for success or fear of failure. This approach leads to spiritual liberation. Arjuna's confusion. At the beginning of the chapter, Arjuna is perplexed by the apparent contradiction between renunciation, sannyasa, and action, karma. He questions why Krishna is encouraging him to fight when he believes that renunciation of action is superior. Arjuna is torn between his duty as a kshatriya, warrior, and his compassion for his relatives on the opposing side. Krishna's response. Krishna explains that there are two paths to spiritual realization: the path of knowledge, jnana yoga, and the path of action, karma yoga. While the path of knowledge involves renunciation and meditation, it is not suitable for everyone. Most people are not ready to renounce the world and must engage in action. For them, karma yoga is the appropriate path. The importance of performing duties. Krishna emphasizes the importance of performing one's duties according to their nature and social role, svadharma. He explains that it is better to perform one's own duty imperfectly than to perform another's duty perfectly. Each individual has a unique role to play in the cosmic order, and fulfilling that role is essential for maintaining harmony in the universe. The concept of nishkama karma. One of the central teachings of this chapter is the concept of nishkama karma, or action without attachment to the results. Krishna advises Arjuna to perform his duties without any desire for the fruits of his actions. By doing so, one can avoid the bondage of karma, which arises when actions are performed with selfish motives. Krishna explains that all actions are governed by the three gunas, qualities, of nature: sattva, goodness; rajas, passion; and tamas, ignorance. A wise person understands this and performs actions without being attached to them. Such a person remains unaffected by success or failure and is free from the cycle of birth and death. The role of example in society. Krishna also emphasizes the importance of setting an example for others. He tells Arjuna that even though he may have reached a higher level of understanding, he should still perform his duties to set an example for others in society. Leaders and people in influential positions should perform their duties diligently because their actions influence others. The concept of yajna, sacrifice. Krishna introduces the concept of yajna, sacrifice, which is not limited to rituals but extends to all selfless actions performed for the welfare of society. He explains that the universe is sustained by the cycle of sacrifice, where individuals contribute to the well-being of others. By performing actions in the spirit of sacrifice, one aligns with the divine order and attains spiritual merit. The dangers of inaction. Krishna warns Arjuna against the dangers of inaction. He explains that inaction is not the same as renunciation. True renunciation is giving up attachment to the fruits of action, not the action itself. By avoiding his duties, Arjuna would be neglecting his responsibilities and causing harm to society. Inaction would lead to spiritual stagnation and a decline in moral values. Overcoming desire and anger. Krishna identifies desire and anger as the two greatest enemies on the path of spiritual progress. These arise from the rajas guna and lead to delusion and confusion. By controlling these impulses and performing actions without attachment, one can overcome these obstacles and attain peace of mind. The ultimate goal of karma yoga. The ultimate goal of karma yoga is to attain self-realization and union with the divine. By performing one's duties selflessly and without attachment, one purifies the mind and becomes free from the cycle of birth and death. Karma Yoga leads to the realization that the true self, Atman, is beyond the body and mind and is one with the Supreme Being, Brahman. Conclusion. In conclusion, Chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita teaches the importance of performing one's duties selflessly and without attachment to the results. Krishna advises Arjuna to embrace Karma Yoga as the path to spiritual liberation. By doing so, one can fulfill their responsibilities, contribute to the welfare of society, and attain inner peace and spiritual enlightenment.